What's up guys, it's T-Ball and I am back with another video. Before I start, if you guys leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, your support is greatly appreciated as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you're not subbed, be sure to hit that sub button and turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when my newest video will be coming out. So today, we're going to be breaking down how Paul George fits with the Oklahoma City Thunder. So for some quick background, Paul George has been traded to the Thunder for Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis. For the Pacers, I think this is a decent trade. They get Oladipo, who is a great young player who struggled a bit last season with his shot, but he still has a ton of potential. He's still pretty young, and he still has, I want to say, 3 years left on his contract, or possibly 4. I'll double check me on that. And I definitely think he's going to have a great opportunity with the Pacers to be, the main guy and get a ton of shots up. And hopefully he can, work out well for them. Also, the Pacers get Sabonis, who's also a very young player. I think he was a rookie last year, and he shot the ball pretty well in the beginning of the season, but then he struggled a bit at the end. But I definitely think he has a ton of potential as well. He can be a stretch four. And overall for the Pacers, they got 2 young players who can definitely develop into something much better. I assume this was probably the best deal the Pacers could have gotten for George, and even though it's not a great deal for Paul George, I think this deal really does show how many teams were scared of PG walking in free agency. And I definitely think the Pacers still got a decent deal considering George was about to leave next year, and as they got 2 young players who definitely have a good amount of potential. So for the Thunder, this is a great trade in my opinion. Even though it is very possible Paul George can leave next year, Westbrook is obviously in the MVP, and he's an amazing player. And if Paul George does like playing with Westbrook, I definitely think Westbrook could convince Paul George to stay if everything clicks. And for Paul George, he fits very well with the Thunder. On offense, he will take a lot off of Westbrook's shoulders. We saw last year that Westbrook averaged 30, 10, and 10, and he just was crazy on offense. He had to do everything. He had basically no help. Oladipo did not shoot well at all, and they didn't have any other good playmaker besides him. So with Paul George, he has the ability to score one-on-one in ISO. He can also drive and finish. As we all know, he's very athletic. He can get easy dunks in transition, and he can drive for athletic finishes. And also he can definitely shoot. He can spot up from 3. He can pull up. He's just an overall great shooter. And also he can be a playmaker as well, which will be key for Westbrook and the Thunder. In the playoffs, it did look like Westbrook was a little worn out. And with Paul George coming to Oklahoma, he can definitely take some of the offensive duties from Westbrook. And that would leave both Paul George and Westbrook with more energy for a probable playoff run. Paul George is also a very good passer. I can definitely see him finding Westbrook for alley-oops. He can find Adams for alley-oops, and he can find Gibson if Taj Gibson does in fact re-sign for easy jams as well. And hopefully Andre Robertson can develop his three-point shot even more. He was great in the playoffs from 3, but in general, he's just not a good shooter. During the regular season, he shot, I want to say, around 30% from 3, and he's a terrible free throw shooter. In the playoffs, he shot like 17% from the free throw line. It was just unbelievably bad. Worse than Drummond, Howard, you name it. It was just terrible. If Robertson can develop his shot more and stretch the floor and get defenses to respect his shot, it will definitely open the floor for both Westbrook and PG to drive to the rim for kickouts, lay-ins, and easy 2s in general. So defensively, Paul George will be key for the Thunder as well. He's a great defender. He can play some great defense on ISO. He can play, good help defense and so forth. A starting lineup of Westbrook, Andre Robertson, Paul George, Taj Gibson, and Steven Adams, if Andre Robertson and Taj Gibson are both re-signed, will be a monster on defense. There's not one weakness on defense in that starting lineup. Westbrook's a very good defender. Robertson is obviously a great defender. He had some stats on defense which were unbelievably good. He held Harden to some low shooting in the playoffs, and you can go check on Basketball Reference for more stats, but Andre Robertson is an elite defender. Paul George is obviously a great defender as well. Taj Gibson is a very solid defender, and he can definitely protect the rim, and the same for Steven Adams as well. PG and Andre Robertson can both switch on defense as well. They're both about the same height, I believe, and they're also both very long and, athletic, great defenders. So either PG or Robertson can guard the opposing team's best wing player, and both guys can definitely shut that guy down. So that's a wrap. Thanks guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I put out some great NBA content, so definitely subscribe so you can stay updated, and also leave a comment down below in the comment section about your thoughts on this trade. It's very interesting. Hopefully those guys can work out, and I definitely think that it's very possible the Thunder can make a deep run in the playoffs. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon for my next video. Peace.